Hey guys, I want to talk about bar graphs. Take a look at this bar graph here. We see this is about a beanbag toss. The purple bars show how many times each person hit the beanbag where it was supposed to go. The orange bars show how many times the person missed where the beanbag was supposed to go. So, we see Uncle Thomas hit 50 times, but missed 20 times. Cousin Laura, she hit 30 times and missed 70 times. Cousin Danny hit 90 times, but missed 90 times too. We can see that this graph has increments of 10. It is counting by 10. 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. That's how many tosses, and this axis shows how many people. We can see here that Cousin Danny had the most hits and the most misses because both of his bars are above these. Which person had the least amount of hits? The hits are the purple bars. Which person had the least hits? Cousin Laura. Out of all the purple bars, hers is the smallest. She had the fewest hits. She only had 30. Which person had the least amount of misses? Uncle Thomas. He only had 20 misses, but Cousin Laura had 70 and Cousin Danny had 90. The question here is which table shows the same data? Is it this one or this one? Let's check. This table says that Uncle Thomas had 50 hits. Let's check. Uncle Thomas, 50 hits. That's correct. It also said he had 20 misses. Uncle Thomas, 20 misses. That's right. So we can check, check. Cousin Laura, it says she had 30 hits. So look, 30 hits. That's right. Check. See how many misses she had. This says she had 70. Let's check. She did. Cousin Laura had 70 misses. Now let's check Danny's. It says he had 90 hits. That's right. He had 90 hits. How about misses? It says he has 90. Let's check. Yep. 90 misses. It looks like this graph matches this one. But just to be sure, let's check and make sure the blue graph does not, or the blue table does not match this graph. This says that Uncle Thomas had 50 hits and 20 misses. Well, yep, that's right. 50 and 20. Check, check. It says Cousin Laura had 30 hits and 90 misses. Let's check. 30. Correct. How about 90 misses? Oh, that's not true. It says here she had 70 misses in the graph. This means that this table is not correct. So this table shows the same data as this graph above. Alright, take a look at this graph. This graph is titled, Facts I Got Correct. The y-axis is labeled facts. The x-axis is labeled day number. So on day 1, you can track up and see that this person got 3 facts correct. on day 2, track up, see that this person got 4 facts correct. On day 3, they got 12 facts correct. And on day 4, they got 15 facts correct. Now, as you can see, the increments on this graph are counting by 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, counting by 5, plus 5. But on the first day, they only got 3. And you can see, even though these dark blue lines are what the increments are showing, this graph has little lines counting by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can see that this dot right here, where this line is showing 3. And then right here where these meet, and this dot is showing 4. This one, you can see 10 is here. So to get to this dot where this line intersects, go 1, 2, which means we're at 12. Now I want you to notice that this graph, the person starts at 3, goes up to 4, then goes up to 12, and then goes up to 15. So is this graph increasing or decreasing? It is going up. The numbers are getting bigger as you go, which means it is increasing. Now I want you to tell me, how many more facts did this person get right on day 3 than they did on day 1? Try it by yourself. Pause the video and try it. How many more facts did they get correct on day 3 than on day 1? On day 3, this person got 12 facts correct. On day 1, they got 3 facts correct. The difference between 3 and 12, what is it? We can find out by subtracting. 12 minus 3 equals 9. I can count back from 12. 12, 11, 10, 9. 1, 2, 3. When we talk about this graph, I want you to think about tails. The T stands for title, which we can see here is eggs laid per day. The A stands for axis. We have our y-axis and our x-axis. On the y-axis, we see how many eggs were laid on each day, and the days are shown on the x-axis. The I stands for intervals. As you can see here, we're counting 0 to 12, 12 to 24, 24 to 36, 36 to 48, and then so on. The intervals are counting by 12, plus 12. Then you can see that the axes are labeled day and eggs laid. That's the L in tails. And the S in tails is spacing. As you can see, Monday's line is here, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The lines are spaced out so that they're not on top of each other. Also, you can see that the 12 is lined here, 24, 36, 48. There's space between each one so they're not on top of each other. We can see on Monday, here's Monday, that 12 eggs were laid. We see on Tuesday, come up from Tuesday, that 72 eggs were laid. Now we go to Wednesday, and we can see on Wednesday that 96 eggs were laid. Thursday, we see 48 eggs were laid. Friday, 36 eggs were laid. We can see how many eggs are laid each day by going up from the x-axis and then finding where the point meets on the y-axis, just like that. Now we know that on this graph, like we've discussed in class, this graph is increasing as it moves up. It starts with 12, and then it moves up to 72, and then it moves up to 96. That is increasing. Then we go down to 48, and then down to 36. This side of the graph is decreasing. It's going down. Increase means go up. Decrease means go down. Now I want you to take a second and tell me which day of the week were the most eggs laid per day. Which day of the week were the most eggs laid per day? If you said Wednesday, you were right. That's the most. Wednesday had 96. The rest of these points are all under Wednesday. Now I want you to take a second and think about which day were the least eggs laid per day. Which day were the least amount of eggs laid per day? Least means fewest or smallest. If you said Monday, you are correct. All the other points are above Monday's. Monday, only 12 were laid. Now I want you to think about, what if I asked you how many eggs were laid all together? Every single day on this graph, how many eggs were laid all together? Well, that means we need to know how many eggs were laid each day. So on Monday, 12. Tuesday, 72. Wednesday, 96. Thursday, 48. Friday, 36. That means we need to add up 12 plus 72 plus 96 plus 48 plus 36 in order to get our answer of how many there are all together. If you add them all up, your answer comes to 264. That means 264 eggs were laid on Monday through Friday. Now think, what is the difference between the amount of eggs laid on Monday and the amount of eggs laid on Friday? What is the difference between the two of them? Well, on Monday, 12 were laid. On Friday, 36 were laid. I'm asking for the difference. The difference helps me think of subtraction. So I'm going to subtract 36 minus 12 with the bigger number on top. 6 minus 2 is 4. 3 minus 1 is 2. The difference between Monday and Friday is 24 eggs.